Hello to my patrons and the people who waited a year. This is the Write 10 T-shirt slogans episode coming your way. Let me get a thumbnail for all this goodness. Yeah, can you see the pencil in there? I'm real pensive. I'm pencilive. There we go. I've written 10 T-shirt slogans. Not really. I'm not going to lie, folks. This is one of those ones where the gimmick has kind of shifted on me a little bit. After I wrote it, I was like, what does that really mean? So we'll find out when we get into the body of the episode. I keep forgetting. I need to start getting in the habit of this. Just so we know. Is the audio actually coming through the goddamn mic? I'm sorry the microphone situation is so janky on this show, but you know, it's not like podcasts need good audio. Anyway, let me think of an opening line. Oh, I've got just the one for you. Hey folks, just doing a little bit of housekeeping up front. I just want you to know that I have been dropped from the snippage program. Pith sent me a message saying that they will no longer be working with me. I'll be honest, I'm very upset about it, but I don't want to bog this episode down with that. So check out the bonus episode, 169, and we'll get into it. But just so you know, it's just plain old me, back at it again this week on Fix My Carcast. And this is where the theme song goes. The openings aren't usually so bogged down with plot. But lately this show's got some plot. You're listening to Fix My Carcast, hosted by Bear Claw Billy, and this is episode 169. Comedian and musician Keith Hebert is with Stupid. But first, housekeeping. This is the show where you pick what I say and how I say it. Pick a topic or prompt by donating to the GoFundMe, and vote on the gimmick by joining my Patreon for just $1 a month. Join at the $5 or higher level and also get bonus episodes and behind-the-scenes footage. Links are in the description. Also down there, merch. Get yourself some merch. This is usually where I ad-lib about the gimmick and how it relates to the merch, but I've got nothing for 10 T-shirt slogans. Get shirts with slogans on them and buy them and then you'll own them. Good job, me. No new donors this week. The total raised for paying off my car repair debt is still holding at $2,592. Also, when we get to $3,000, it unlocks an automatic show gimmick, which is I will record an episode at sea. Fun fact, did you know that this whole podcast disappears when we hit $10,000? It will not keep on trucking. Hey, do you like the theme song? No? Well, if you make a donation of $50 or more, in addition to picking an episode topic, you get to change one thing about the theme song forever. Unless somebody else changes it back. Want me to make it sound like Plain White Tees? Not the band, but just a pile of laundry? I'll do it! $50! Of all the suggested theme song changes, please pick that one. I would love if my theme song was just, and then we get the show started. But you won't do it. You're all cowards, every last one of you. Also, if you would like to own the painting I destroyed in episode 120 of Fix My Carcast, I'll be giving it away to the next person who donates $100 or more. If you'd like to see the painting before you buy it, it can be viewed in the raw video version of episode 120 over on YouTube. That's right, it's out from behind the paywall. You can now see the painting that you could buy. If you're watching the video version, I'm literally holding it right now. This will arrive at your home if you give me $100 or more. And I'm also excited to reveal there are more prizes in the queue after that one. That's right, after that goes for $100, there's something else for $100, and 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 something else for $100, etc., etc., etc. It's hundos all the way down. But I will not reveal what any of those items are until the current item is gone. Everybody got all that? Great. No new patrons this week. Bummer. Now it's time for a topic suggestion. I'll suggest topics I think I could easily talk about for a whole episode, though admittedly I think the show is more fun when it's something I'm completely clueless about. So, something I could talk about is the album I just listened to for the very first time. My friends are positively shocked I made it all the way to 2025 without hearing it, and I thought it was pretty good. Want to know more? Donate today. Checking in on the best city in the world based on which city listened to the last episode the most. And our big winner is Westbrook, Maine. Congratulations, Westbrook, Maine. Let it be known that your Bloom consignment and resale clothing, Kohl's, and Westbrook Market are the best in the world for 7 days. Last episode, I talked about Moscow Manege while doing it like a Severance episode. What is Severance? You can see video of the original recording, plus a little extra, over on Patreon. Also, head over to Patreon for a bonus episode where I talk about Easter. Okay, let's talk next week's gimmick poll. These are your choices for next week's episode gimmick. They are: do it like a Quantum Leap episode, eat an apple with a knife, record it in my backyard, and our returning gimmick, do it like a James Bond villain. Let's review. Number 1, do it like a Quantum Leap episode. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not doing hot shows right now? Did I not just last week emulate the hot show everyone is talking about? Well, now we're doing one for me. Quantum fucking Leap from the 80s. And also there was a reboot currently. But I'm talking specifically the 80s one. Get your Sam and Al on. That's right, I'll do it like a Quantum Leap episode. Number 2, eat an apple with a knife. You know, I'm just gonna cut pieces of apple and eat them. That's all that one is. Number 3, record it in my backyard. Another nice, chill one. Huh, interesting. I'll go in my backyard and I'll record it there. That's pretty much it. It's getting real nice out, so that ought to be nice. And our returning gimmick, number 4, it keeps hanging on, but it cannot win. Do it like a James Bond villain. Like Bond himself, it just won't die. Yeah, do it like a James Bond villain. This gimmick keeps coming back around, and it keeps getting votes, but not winning, so let's see what happens this time. I cannot wait. Literally, I would love to be a Bond villain for you. Remember that any gimmick that gets just a single vote is eligible for a second chance in 6 weeks. Be sure to vote over on Patreon. The poll closes Thursday, May 1st at noon Eastern America time. By the way, I think I messed up the date last week, so my apologies on that. All right, time for today's gimmick, which is write 10 t-shirt slogans. Of course, gimmicks don't start until housekeeping is out of the way, in case any of them prevent me from sharing vital information. But now, we are entering the gimmick zone. From this point on, gimmicks are active and everything is improvised. There's no sponsored topic for today's episode, so I'll take inspiration from a randomized Wikipedia page, which is... Let's go, baby! No stubs. Oh, fuck! Looks like a military battle. A military battle with a poem. Oh, fuck! Oh, okay. I haven't had a military battle yet, but also it looks pretty short. The gimmick's not going to add much, so I got to fill some time. I'm going to move on, but damn, that one looked cool. I have no idea what this is. Looks like a sports club with a bunch of fucking stats, because that's all this fucking thing ever does. What do we got here? We got a plant stub. Jesus Christ. Okay. Holy shit. Well, this one's not a stub. I gotta go with it. Folks, today's topic is the 1999 Chamoli earthquake. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You know, I never think to try to click on pronouncers. Last week, I don't know if I said Moscow Manige correctly. Oh, gosh, I really need a pronouncer on Chamoli. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to look it up. I don't always do this. I didn't have time last week, what with how busy I was with all the procedures I was doing. Hold on here, though. Of course, my keyboard is also broken. Chamoli. Okay, I'm saying it right. That's all I cared about. I felt bad about Moscow Manige. And you know what? Son of a bitch, I gotta fill some time with a pretty not time-filling gimmick. I'm also gonna look up how you say Manige. And yeah, my keyboard is broken right now and adding random zeros to things. If you want to know how great my life is going, it's going swell. I'm alive. Oh, here we go. Turn on the computer audio here. Play. No. Just play it. Manege. All right. Moscow Manege. Well, good for me. Moscow Manege. Okay. Let's get into the logistics of the gimmick. Now, the gimmick as I conceived it, as is often the case, is different from how I wrote it down. My thought was, when I get to the end of this episode, I need to pick 10 sentences that I said out loud and put them on t-shirts. That was how I conceived of this episode. But I realized what I wrote was, write 10 t-shirt slogans. So if I did that, I would not be writing them during the process. So I'm kind of modifying my original plan. I would like to do one where I turn 10 things I said in the episode into t-shirts. But the problem is that's not really something I'm doing during the episode. I will just reveal right now, I've also wanted to do one where I have to sample the episode. I have to make a track that's actually available on music stores that is made of nothing but samples in the episode. That's another one where I don't quite know how to word it, because sample the episode? What does that mean? Like, you're not sampling the episode in the episode. So anyway, we got some logistics to figure out, but what my plan is today is I will write down the slogans. I haven't decided if I will tell you all of them. I'll tell you this. At the end of the video version, I will happily tell you all 10 slogans, but I'm going to play it a little fast and loose, and we're just going to go with what inspires me, and then when I think I have a good one, I will write it down, and the proof in the pudding will be me holding it up at the end. So, here we go. 10 t-shirt slogans based on the 1999 Chamoli earthquake. I will also say, on a technicality, it never said the slogans had to be about the topic, but they probably will be. Let's make an earthquake fun. Whee! Well, let's learn some more about the 1999 Chamoli earthquake. Happened March 29th, 1999. Had The Phantom Menace come out yet? Probably not. I think that was the summer of 1999. Probably didn't have The Matrix yet either, but don't quote me on either of those things. I'm sorry, I only conceive of time when it's related to movies. Hence why the only years I can ever think of in a pinch are 1885, 1955, 1985, and 2015. All right, the 1999 Chamoli earthquake occurred on the 29th of March in the Chamoli district in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. Now in Uttarakhand, I'm so sorry for my pronunciations, approximately 103 people died in the earthquake. Well, this changes my thoughts a little bit on all the t-shirt slogans being about the topic. So sorry, my condolences to the 103 people's families. In this in this earthquake. Oh my gosh, though, I have never seen a phrase like this before. The Himalaya range has been undergoing crustal shortening along the 2,400 kilometer long northern edge of the Indian plate, which resulted in the formation of several thrust faults, including the main central thrust, the main boundary thrust, and the main frontal thrust. Okay. I have my idea for my first t-shirt slogan, and it's terrible. But I'm writing it down right now. Hopefully I'm spelling it correct. Can we go Jeopardy rules? Can we go Jeopardy rules? And spelling does not count. If I write it down misspelled, I don't have to make the t-shirt misspelled. Okay, I also forgot that talking and writing is very difficult. One second. Here. Yeah, no, dead air. You fucking fool, Billy. See, this is why you should have stuck to your original idea, because now you're writing while you're hosting a show. Anyway, crustal shortening. What is crustal shortening? Okay, so there was a crustal shortening. The MCT consists of 3 subthrusts: MCT1, MCT2, and MCT3. Many earthquakes have occurred along these thrust faults. It is thought that the Chemoli earthquake was associated with these fault systems. Crustal shortening. Yeah. I love that phrase, but I don't know what to do with it yet. Oh, man. Okay, so the earthquake was the strongest to hit the foothills of the Himalayas in more than 90 years. Apart from the Chemoli district, the quake also affected 5 other districts of Uttar Pradesh, viz. Oh no. Apologies for my pronunciations all around. Rudraprayag, Tehri Garhwal, Bageshwar, Uttarkashi, and Pauri Garhwal all are in the Uttarakhand now. Among these, Chipotle, my God in heaven, Chamoli and Rudraprayag were the most affected districts. Aftershocks continued, and most of the aftershocks occurred in the east of Chamoli. Officials from Pakistan reported that the quake was also felt in Lahore and Gujranwala. Okay, I thought of another slogan, and I'm writing it down right now. Oh no, yeah, no. I also realized writing with a pencil probably not as fast as just typing, but here we go. I am at 2 slogans, and Jesus Christ, we're halfway through this episode. Yeah, no, it's not a stub, but it's not that long. It's not that long. But we're going to learn more about this. Damage and casualties. Ah, yes. All right. Severe ground deformations resulted from the earthquake. Formations of ground fissures were reported from many areas. Landslides and changes in the groundwater flow were also reported. Well-developed ground cracks were seen in Gopeshwar, Chamoli, and Bairagna. Cracks were observed in asphalt roads at several locations. You know what? I've realized a mistake. I was originally picturing putting the actual episode name on the shirts, so like have the quote, but then I realized if I don't say them on the show, they're not quotes. So these are just going to be words on a shirt for no damn reason. I love this so much, and I cannot wait to release these shirts for you to purchase. Oh, have I not revealed that? Yes, they're all going to be available for purchase next week. You will be able to start buying these shirts. I am going to fully make designs for all of them, put them up on the thing. Don't get your hopes too high. But yeah, I'm no stranger to terrible shirts no one wants to buy. I'm literally wearing my Horses Got a Lot of Juice shirt, which you probably all recognize from Hell of Thrones, a great YouTube series you've all watched multiple times and have complimented me for doing such a good job with. Anyway, okay, let's keep it going because I have 7 more slogans to write. All right, the death toll was 103. Several hundred people were injured, and approximately 50,000 houses were damaged. Wow. Over 2,000 villages were affected by the earthquake. Electricity, water supply, and communication were also affected by the earthquake, especially in the Chamoli town, Gopeshwar, and Okimeth region of the district, according to Mike Wooldridge, correspondent for the BBC News. Chamoli suffered most damage and almost all the houses and shops built on slopes in the lower part of the town were destroyed. Oh no, houses and shops. Well, yeah, no, that's unfortunate. I mean, all earthquakes are bad. that is the stance of Fix My Car Cast. There are no good earthquakes. Oh man, should we even do this thought experiment? No, I think we can definitively say no earthquake is good. You heard it here first, folks. Yeah, no, all I can think is like an earthquake changing the tide of a war, or like, I don't know, maybe some political prisoners get out through a crack in the wall because there's an earthquake. I don't know, maybe some earthquakes can be good. Who knows? I'm not sure. This really is a philosophical quandary. Maybe one for Special Chocolate. I don't know. All right. So the bridge deck of a pedestrian suspension bridge situated near Baragna developed lateral buckling. Ooh. Sorry, that's just such a good phrase. I'll tell you what, I'm probably not putting the effort to make like graphics to go with these things, especially because if I get like any like tectonic, like, oh my God, I've just realized I wrote down the wrong word on one of these. I said spelling mistakes don't count. I straight up wrote the wrong word. I realized I was thinking of the wrong thing. I'm sticking with it now. Congratulations. One of these shirts will be true nonsense, and they are all true nonsense. All right, folks. I am writing down the things I want to put on shirts. Let's keep learning more about this. Water pipelines in Chamoli and Gopeshwar towns were damaged, affecting water supply due to landslides caused by the quake. The concrete-lined canals of the irrigation network in the affected region sustained some cracks. In Delhi, many buildings sustained non-structural damage. Okay, a lot of this is just places got damaged. All right, relief efforts. Here we go. Rescue operations were hampered by landslides, loss of electrical power, and the loss of communication links with Chamoli. Many road workers became involved to clear landslide debris from a 16-kilometer stretch of road leading to the worst affected area. Local people carried out search and rescue operations. Rescue efforts were led by the Indian Army, and paramilitary personnel were called in. The Army used helicopters to ferry in supplies. Technically, didn't they helicopter in supplies? I mean, I'm not genuinely asking that, but now I am genuinely asking that. Helicopter can be a verb. Listen to the episode Straighten Up and Fly Right, and you will learn all about helicopter as a verb. I'm not going to lie, I kind of hate that, like, episodes of this show are in my head, and now I can just readily be like, boom, there's a connection. I don't hate that. I love that, and you should love it too. You should love how in-depth and complex this show and my albums are. Anyway, I love you, no I don't, parasocial relationships. Hey, I gotta knock one more slogan out and then I can get the fuck out of here. Not that I'm aiming for an extra short episode this week, but we just hit the sea also, so I am out of information on this article. The Army used helicopters to ferry in supplies, food, and other necessary supplies were airdropped to villages which lacked motorable roads and where roads were damaged due to landslides. Where they were going, they did need roads. But then they didn't because they got helicopters. Locals organized a committee to make sure that those most affected receive food. Isn't it nice when the community comes together and helps people? I sure agree, but a lot of people don't. Anyway, so yeah, that's the Chamoli earthquake. Shoot, there was one phrase that I was like, oh, that's the one. That's the one. What was it? What was it? What was it about? What was it about? Oh, okay. Okay, I've got it. So, folks, I will just reveal to you. I will reveal to you that I now have the 10 t-shirt slogans. I have done it. The gimmick has been achieved. I fully believe that not a single one of these will sell. Not a single goddamn one of these will sell, which, to be completely honest, I wish was the 11th t-shirt slogan. But we have our slogan list now. So, I'm out of gimmick. I'm also out of topic. We've reached the very end. Now, I do sometimes use the articles as a springboard for things. So, I guess I'll just freestyle at the end here a little bit because I've learned everything I can about this earthquake. Okay, earthquakes. What do they make me think of? They make me think of the movie Earthquake. And if you're thinking the feature-length film, oh no. Look up the short film Earthquake! ! I believe it was nominated for an Oscar, if I'm not mistaken. But you owe it to yourself to look up the movie Earthquake. I don't want to spoil a thing about it, but it's a short film. It's live action. I don't know who the director is. I saw it on one of those little collections of... It was one of those little collections of like Oscar-nominated shorts. It may not have even have made it on the list. I think it was just included because it's so goddamn great. Truly go in cold. Look up the short film Earthquake. I don't know when this was. I'm going to say the 2000s because that's when I saw it. So yeah, I'm going to say probably early 2000s Earthquake. Look it up. It's amazing. I knew nothing going into it, and yeah, it's a gut punch. You are not ready for it. You are not ready for it. I'm glad I get to talk about it because I don't think this has even come up with my cinephile friends very much. Just randomly, me and a buddy in college were like, "Hey, you want to watch some shorts? What the hell is this? Incredible! It is truly incredible. I hope I haven't overhyped it." Geez, you know, if I had an 11th slogan left, I would just put, go watch the short film Earthquake from, I think, the early 2000s. Anyway, so yeah, that's the first thing I think of when I think Earthquake. Again, remember when I said I can only think of things when they're related to movies? The only other Earthquake thing that I am thinking of right now is the actual earthquake. Actually, no, I can think a lot about earthquakes affecting the making of movies. I know of two that affected the making of a movie. One in where everything was cool and nobody was the wiser, and another where they went, fuck, we're just going to incorporate this into the plot. And by the way, if you're a big cinephile, you probably know which two I'm going to talk about. Back to the Future Deuce. They were doing a motion control shot. It's the scene where like Michael J. Fox is playing like 5 different people. He's doing the full Nutty Professor 2. What is it with twos and people having to play everybody? That's not true though, because in the first Nutty Professor he also played everybody. Any whomst. So motion control camera, it's this thing where they do the scene and then you dress like a different character, you sit in a different spot, and the camera makes the exact same movements, but for it to work, you need everything to stay completely still. And there was a fucking earthquake. I believe they had just finished shooting, or they had like one more shot to go and they were just like terrified that nothing would line up. Obviously look these things up for yourself, but I'm just your friend who has like kind of sort of what the idea is rolling around in the old bone cage. But the other one I know is Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which I might be showing my roommate soon. I'm on a real Nightmare on Elm Street kick. I really want to binge those again. Everybody has their own favorites on which series are the best. And I don't know. I just remember like Nightmare holding up really well. I feel like each movie individually is entertaining. 2 and 6 aren't great, but I feel like they're both still fun to watch. In like, as long as you preface it with like, hey, this one's really gay and this one's really bad. They don't really fit with the canon and they're not very high quality, but also they're fascinating to watch. Anyway, there was an earthquake while they were filming and they said, hey, let's use it. So they put an earthquake into the movie with special effects, but then shots of, oh my gosh, am I saying her name right? Heather Langenkamp? I believe so. Did I get her name right? I hope so. I just lost a ton of horror baddie cred. Pretty sure it's Heather Langenkamp, right? Or am I mixing up what her character's name is versus what her actress's name is? Oh gosh. Anyway, I probably screwed this up. But when the main character goes for a drive, she passes a bunch of buildings that have sustained earthquake damage. And yeah, it was real. And it is a jarring moment in the movie because you do sort of have this why does this feel so weird to see? And it's because it's not special effects. There wasn't some, team that went in and had to make it look like earthquake rubble. It was just genuine. And I think it does genuinely gut punch you when you see it. Cause it looks very real. I remember watching the movie and thinking whoa, wow. And then later looking it up and being yep, okay. Yeah. Your brain just kind of stops and goes, something's different. And apparently your brain can tell a real earthquake from a fake earthquake. Probably plane crashes too. No disrespect to any of the wonderful people that bring us movies and work very hard to make them feel very real so we can all pay money to feel feelings. All right, so I think that's about all I can milk out of this here Tremoli earthquake. If you'll excuse me, I got some t-shirts to make. As always, stand in a doorway. If there's an earthquake, I just suddenly got really paranoid about not explaining that advice. If there's an earthquake, you're supposed to stand in a doorway. Not a tornado. You want to get underground if it's a tornado. Gosh, sorry, I'm just really worried about getting somebody hurt because they're taking advice from Fix My Carcast. Yeah, okay, that'll be the actual ending. Good job, me. I don't know why I did that long pause. All right, video version people, patrons, and the people who waited a year. Are you ready? These are the 10 t-shirts that will be available starting next week. If you're watching this when it came out on Patreon, not on YouTube. They're probably already available. Go get them. Oh, fuck. I'll have to put all the links in the description on the video. Whatever. That's fun. All right. These are your 10 t-shirts. Prepare to not buy or wear any of these. Number 1. Are you a volcanologist? Because I want to show you the main frontal thrust. And then afterwards I realized it's in the fucking name. Volcanologists are volcanoes. Seismologists are earthquakes. Too fucking late. That useless shirt that literally no one will buy will be available soon. Number 2, I'd rather be watching Tremors 2 Aftershocks. Now, I will fully admit, the 1999 made me think of that bumper sticker that's I'd rather be watching 1999's The Mummy, which I realize now, I think that's actually 97. But that was what put that in my head. I'd rather be watching Tremors 2 Aftershocks. Number 3, cracks were observed. Number 4, oh no, houses and shops. And if you'll permit me, in my haste, I only put the exclamation point on the oh no. So if this isn't cheating, I'm just adding the exclamation point that I intended to write, but I forgot. Number 5, all earthquakes are bad. Number 6, no earthquake is good. Number 7, maybe some earthquakes are good. Number 8, Ask me about lateral buckling. Number 9, one of these shirts will be true nonsense. And number 10, I'll line your canal with concrete. Those are the 10 t-shirts coming soon to the Bear Claw Billy Tea Public. Put them on your tits!